Hey guys, I'm here with another scope review today. We've got a Zeiss Conquest V4. This particular scope is a 6-24 by 50 with a Z MOA-1 reticle. Has a nice matte black finish, real smooth, no glare on it. The parallax on this particular scope is 50 to infinity. Right now I've got it set on 50. This particular scope, MSRP is $1,250. You can get it at Optics Planet or any other Zeiss dealer. Guys, this is a great scope for $1,250. I did not know the Zeiss Conquest V4s, they actually start, their smallest scope is a 3-12 by 44 that starts at only $699. That's a Zeiss scope for under $1,000. I was shocked when I found out that they made a line of scopes that started under $1,000 or had one with this many features that's this big for only $1,250. Like I said, this is the 6-24 by 50. This particular one, parallax 50 to infinity, but they do make this same scope with a 10 to infinity parallax, which after shooting it for a little while and putting it on a 22, I wish I had gone with the 10 to infinity, just because on a 22 every now and then I have shots that are 15 to 20 yards in matches, but this 50 to infinity is a great scope. It really is. All of their Conquest V4s are second focal plane. The 6-24 has up to 7 different reticle options, including several illuminated options that you can get. The knobs, now on the windage knob, it has this cover on it. I've got it off right now to show you. The windage knob is a little small if you've got bulky gloves on, but most of the time if you're out doing something you've got bulky gloves, you're not going to be turning the windage knob very much. The parallax knob here, it's easy whether you've got gloves on or not. It turns. It's stiff enough that it's not going to move, but it turns very well. The elevation knob, as you can see, sticks up real high. It's got a nice bold 0 on it, easy to see. If you've got big massive gloves on, it's still going to be easy to grab a hold of, easy to turn. The zoom actually has a neat feature. It's got a lift here, a raise point. You can turn it and push it even if you got big gloves on. That's real easy to feel that. So that's easy to turn, but it's not so stiff that it's not going to move. Your focus here, it focuses real easy. Even if I had gloves on, I could still turn this focus real easy. That wouldn't be a problem at all. So what I'm going to do now, what I want to do is I want to show the repeatability of this scope. That's one thing. If you're shooting a match, you're really going to want to make sure your zeros stay zeroed. That's something that is very important in a match. So we're going to go over that, and then I'll talk about a couple more features that I like or things on the scope that I really like, and then we'll finish up. So I am shooting, this is Ely Bench Rest Outlaw. I'm going to shoot 5 shots here, and then we'll go down and look at them, come back, and we'll shoot 5 more. All right, guys, got my magazine out, bolts open, guns on safety. Let's go look at those first 5 shots. Then we'll come back. I'll show you how the gun re-zeros and how easy it is. On this particular one, I haven't set it, but it actually, on the elevation turret, it has a zero stop that you can set. I'm not using it right now because for 22, I may have to zero down. If I'm set at 35 yards, I may actually want to change it down to 15 or 21. So I have not changed that on this. But if you've got something you know you're not going to have shorter shots, once you set it, all you've got to do is turn your scope back to 0. So right here, that's our 5 shots right there. Now let's go back. I'm going to move the windage and elevation turrets, and we're going to see if they go right back to 0, see if it hits in the same area or if it moves it. If you're shooting any kind of match where you're going to be moving the elevation or windage turrets, you know how important that is, that it re-zeros and re-zeros quickly and accurately. That's something that the Conquest V4 is Zeiss's most affordable line of scope, and that's just something a lot of companies, a lot of scopes don't necessarily do well, is re-zero, and we're gonna hope that this one does. Like I said, we're at 50 yards here. So again, I've got my Ely bench rest outlaw. Oh, all right. So what I want to do, I'm going to turn this up to 12. And then I'm just going to turn it back. I'm not even counting. I'm just going to hope it goes to 0. And what that 12 is, there are 4 clicks. That's 48 clicks for 12 MOA. And then I'm going to do the same thing here with the elevation. I'm just going to turn, or with the windage, I'm just going to turn it some random number, not even counting. And then I'm going to go back to my 0 mark. And let's see how it shoots. All right, guys, we'll let you look when we get up there. Magazine's out, bolts open, guns on safety. So talking about another great thing that I found about this scope, taking it out a couple evenings. One thing, if you're hunting or if you're shooting a match and it gets overcast, cloudy, anything like that, light transmission is going to be very important to you. And I've taken the scope out a couple times in the evening, both clear and a little overcast. As you can see out here, you know, I'm in the shade. This is where I do most of my testing. And in the state of Missouri, our legal hunting hours are from 30 minutes before sunrise to 30 minutes after sunset. I've had some scopes in the past that pretty much 30-40 minutes left of season, or 30-40 minutes, I gotta wait 30-45 minutes after sunrise, I can't see enough through the scope. They're just not picking up enough light in order for me to make an ethical shot. They may be picking up enough light that I could shoot, but not, in my mind, ethically. This scope allows me to hunt up to, when I'm looking through it in the evenings, when it's getting dark, or in the mornings, about 8 minutes is all the legal shooting time I'm losing to ethically make a shot. It just really picks up light well, and the clarity is so good on the scope that that's all I would lose if I were to take this scope hunting, is about 8 minutes in the state of Missouri of legal shooting time. Now we've made it up to our target here, and as you can see, low left, even after just moving the turrets at random patterns, it still was zeroed right back. And that was really fast. As long as I know, how many MOA I need to move it, and I can go right back to my zero really quickly anytime I need to. That's a good re-zero ability on that scope. For an entry line scope, there's a lot of features on this that I would not have expected. You'd expect them in top tiers. It just overall seems to be a very good scope. Like I said, I wish putting it on a 22, I had gone with the 10 to infinity parallax, but that's something that I did. And if I was putting this on a bigger gun, if I had this on my deer rifle, this would be the perfect gun. That's probably where it'll end up, just because I feel like on this gun, for shooting matches and squirrel hunting and things, I do need that extra parallax adjustment. So if you have any questions or want any comments, if there's anything else on the scope that you feel I missed and need to address, just let me know, and we can do another video on it.